Yeah, I got sober, and now I run a lot. And I got a podcast room in my house. So now I got a podcast called Run Sober. So I'm running sober on this podcast. Because I like running and I like being sober, and I had a podcast. Woo!
I like that.
All right.
Needle scratch.
That was very South Park.
It was choreographed.
I like
That was
it.
good.
That was murder is what that was.
All right. Welcome to this episode of Run Sober Podcast.
The first episode, right?
This is episode number one. This is a local Dallas-Fort Worth Productions. We do not only discuss running and sobriety, but all walks of life, for every one of us has a unique story. Today's guests are Kelly Reverb.
Yeah, Chad doesn't have a fart noise handy, so he actually has to use good. There you go. There.
That's not broken wind.
Chad
That's not
LeMans.
broken wind.
Chad LeMans.
You hear all those people cheering for me that didn't cheer for Kelly?
A run sober. I like, dude, that was very South Park.
Yeah. Well,
I like it.
I mean, it wasn't
But
North Park.
thank you for having us on.
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for coming.
What's
Yeah.
your co-host name?
Co-host name, Eric Henderson. Eric J. Henderson. Let's go like that. And I am Brandon Veltman.
Hell yeah, dude.
There you go.
BV.
That's what's up.
So today I want to talk to you, gentlemen. Hold on one second.
Sing your song, baby.
Okay.
Sing your song, baby.
I want to talk to y'all about basically when I first met Kelly. And then I want to talk how y'all two met.
Oh, okay.
I want to talk about your addictions and what y'all did to get clean. And I want to talk about what y'all are doing today with the with the music.
I can't remember all of that, dude. You're gonna have to guide us. That's
I
a lot
will.
to. That's a lot
Hey,
to
Jamie,
unpack.
pull up Kelly's medication real quick.
That's a lot to unpack. No,
So Kelly, let's talk about the first time I ran into you was at Bill's Records and Tapes.
right. And for those of y'all that don't know, Bill's Records and Tape was a world famous record store in Richardson, actually.
Yeah. The location was what,
Coit and Spring Valley.
Spring Valley and Coit.
Well, I don't know if it was Dallas or Richardson, but it was 8118 Spring Valley
That's rich.
in the southeast corner of Spring Valley and Coit.
Yeah.
That is Dallas.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
But right on the borderline.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I used to work there. Shit, dude, probably like starting in like 86 and then kind of off and on through my early mid 20s. But what year were you?
It was like, let's see here. When I was a freshman in high school, I went to see The Prodigy.
Nice.
The Rave New World.
Okay.
At the Bomb Factory.
Oh, wow.
And we came in to get autographs from, I guess The Prodigy showed up at the record store.
Right. And that was before they had Keith, the Firestarter.
The Firestarter.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, right? Is
Yeah.
he gone? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad. He's fantastic. I also saw Eazy-E.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a big one, dude.
Rest in peace,
Every
Eazy-E.
girl in the area was there, and they wanted some Eazy-E.
So yeah, I didn't. Eric Wright. Wasn't that his name, Eric Wright?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we had some really good in stores there. We had dance music wise, Prodigy, 808 State. We had like Eazy-E, Glenn Danzig from Misfits, Danzig. God, dude, like just so many. I can't even. Oh, Ghetto Boys, dude.
Oh,
that was funny,
classic,
dude.
man.
Ghetto Boys, dude. That was hilarious. Because they were
Bushwick
all.
Bill?
Yeah, he was, dude. So I'm helping Bushwick Bill.
Yeah.
And dude, Bushwick Bill is a little person who is the rapper or one of the rappers in Ghetto Boys. Yeah. And he was into collecting Batman pins. Like you remember the pins, right?
Yeah.
He was collecting Batman pins and like Joker pins, and so Bill had like just boxes of these pens,
Bill had a
right?
little bit of everything.
And so I would go over, and me and Bushwick Bill are sitting there as Bushwick Bill is digging through the pens, taking them and putting them into his fanny pack. And I'm just like, cool, dude. You're just gonna lift that right in front of me, but that's cool. But Bill would have given it to him anyways. But one of the many crazy stories. But so, what did you come in for? What were you looking for?
I started to get into vinyl actually.
Okay.
So buying records was. I wasn't really a good DJ or anything, but I like listening to vinyl. And
Right.
records.
Were you doing CDs as well, or no?
No,
CDs
no.
nuts,
Yeah,
CDs
CDs
nuts.
nuts, bro. I don't no CDs, man. That came later in life.
86.
CDs.
So,
I
you
think-
were
I
kind
think-
of like an aspiring DJ, you would say, and
Oh,
or
yeah.
you just like the
I
music.
I like the music. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and the I like the music.
Cool.
And
Well,
going to shows was
Right.
it, you know. So of course I would. Everybody wants to be a DJ, right?
yeah, exactly. And now everybody can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, so I mean, we had a sweet dance section at
Oh, yeah.
Bill's.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, it was funny because like the people that weren't like well versed, it was like, okay, here's like the Prodigy CD, here's the Josh Wink single, and then here's a compilation. Have a good day.
yeah.
And then, but like if you know, if you knew or if you were a homie, then you would get your stack of vinyl. And I'd go, okay, cool. I pulled this shit for you and, you know, hook people up. Or if I had regular like phone customers,
Yeah.
you know. So,
And didn't you all divide the store eventually?
well, yeah, the
Or
upstairs.
did y'all bought in the store next to it? No.
Well, it technically moved.
Okay,
And then,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
but it was still like the same address, 8118. I mean, it actually moved in that shopping center from, you know, from God, I guess when Bill first started in that shopping center section, you know, it like moved, it migrated down the strip,
Yeah,
so to speak. Yeah.
So yeah, I remember that, and I remember Baby G used to work over there.
Baby G, yeah, who was one of the top scratch DJs of the 90s, was in a band called Mad Flava.
Yeah,
Shout out Baby G.
Shout out Baby G.
Yeah, but he was also doing the DMC thing.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
he
yeah.
actually had placed in the Nationals, but then something happened in the Nationals, like record skipped or something. Shit that happens, but it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, when
It's
you're
real.
when you're a turntablist, that is part of the problem sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, that was
Yeah, but it was a great store and loved working there. Lots of fun people. I mean, basically you're growing up in your hobby.
yep,
You know?
yep. And that was my first experience of decent sounds.
Right. Cool.
Was coming out of that place. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I was working there basically when I didn't, in between DJ gigs or coupled with DJ gigs. And, you probably went to
Probably went to some of those.
Lizard Lounge and
Oh
saw
yeah,
me, right?
yeah, Lizard Lounge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt.
Lizard Lounge. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
So
I think I hung out with Bill there at Lizard Lounge one time, and he bought me a drink. Maybe
There you
Actually,
go. Well,
he's hitting
all
on
right.
What was y'all's conversation?
hitting on the
Your
young
first-
boy,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bill always.
hitting on everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything that moves.
I
pretty
don't.
much.
I don't know. I didn't talk to Kelly till later. Actually, probably.
Oh, it wasn't named that day.
Yeah, we did. We got reintroduced through a friend of ours named
snap.
Dusty later.
Oh, Dusty
Yeah.
Lee Burrows.
So Kelly's kind of a.
That's how
he's
Dusty
a-
breathes on the podcast.
Kelly's kind of a local legend. That's why, So in the industry, he was a local legend. So.
Right. Well, I was actually it's funny. Like I started producing in '95, so I was kind of DJing around, and then Merritt was doing Edge Club at the time, and then Merritt. Well, he was doing it with Jeff K. He was like Jeff K's apprentice, and then Merritt actually ended up taking it over, and me and Merritt were hanging out, and I was looking for a DJ name. And he goes, "You need to go by Kelly Reverb or something like that." And I go, "You're goddamn right, I do."
Yeah.
And then so I just I liked that name, and then started producing stuff in '95 because I was like, I saw like the Hard Kiss Brothers. I don't know if you remember them.
Is that Scott Harkis?
Scott, Gavin, Robbie, the Hard Kiss Bros, and they were doing stuff, and I was like, well, why are we even talking about these guys? And then I was like, oh, it's because they make records, so that's what I need to do. And then so I got with Rob Vaughn.
Oh yeah, Rob Vaughn.
Yeah, and started.
Yeah, Fish Dance. That was
we
it.
did
Back in the
the
day.
first record under, because I wanted to steal the whole Hard Kiss Brother thing. How they had the Gavin Hard Kiss Bros. I wanted to do something synonymous with Reverb, so I did Southside Reverb, Texas.
Go figure.
All that.
So what's your real name, Kelly?
I don't talk about that. I'm on air.
He is not a real human
Yes,
being.
exactly. I'm a character.
Hasn't been real.
I am a
since-
character.
Yo, I just fanboy right here. I got thrown in, but so that was when Deep Ellum was still popping off in a little weird way because you're fresh out of a real deal skinhead era. People used to be scared to go down there.
Yeah, it
and
was
then
like a
you needed that residual vibe. Take that the right way. Then you just had many random things hanging there, and then even in the downtime, I remember Blind Lemon.
Oh,
you
yeah.
go in there and hear '70s funk. I don't
Well,
mean
and
no
like-
diss
yeah.
against YMCA, but you ain't hearing it up in there.
Well,
You're hearing
Clearview-
Clearview,
yeah.
the
So
whole thing, yeah.
Clearview was like, they split up Clearview into 3 different rooms.
Yeah.
And, well, technically 4. But it was,
Lemon was one.
Clearview used to be one big room, and then they started sectioning it out to draw different crowds, and, but they had Clearview, then they had like a little live area, and then they had the blacklight room, which was Terry Sims, and he was playing like really, really good, like the good hip hop from back in that day. And then Blind
All 4
Lemon.
rooms are real music in each room.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was very, very diverse. Yeah.
Hey, LeMans, were you born yet?
Huh?
Were you even born yet?
In '89 is when I was conceived in a test tube. As a,
At 3 years old, bring it out of Clearview, you'd be good, boy.
I was a test tube child, born in like Walt Disney freezer.
Nice.
And then at one point, I was brought back to life out of the cryogenic freezing chamber to save America. That was back in the 1940s. They made a movie about it called Captain America or whatever, but they didn't use my real name. So
A croissant. A croissant.
they didn't.
Lamont.
They didn't. They were like, croissant's not going to work. We're just going
Right.
to call you Captain America. I was like, okay, cool. And then they didn't pay me anything because they didn't use any of the story because I wasn't alive.
You didn't have a way to
Yeah,
prove
so
it.
none of that was real, so they didn't use
There
it.
it is.
Because it says croissant Lamont on your ID.
That would be so sick, dude. I want to go to one of those fake ID places they still got running.
Oh,
you know,
dude. Yeah,
just to get one of those.
Bicon Village.
Whoa,
Dude,
that place still
all of
exists.
those places.
I'm sure, dude. Yeah.
Nice.
And then they're like any of the bazaars, right?
Yeah.
Anytime something
Any
says
bazaar.
bazaar on
Yep.
it,
Keys
it is
Bazaar.
very bizarre that
Big
they can
T all
legally
the way
get away with
across.
those
Yeah, oh,
things.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I don't know about Big T's Bazaar. Big T's Bazaar sells all like
gone.
it is?
Yeah.
They used to sell all the Nikes, all the shit, all the cool shit.
Right.
Go get grills, go get all that stuff, dude.
67 and Polk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Yeah. So what's the next question?
something about you
Host.
getting fucked up. Oops, can I cuss?
What?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, cool.
So where was the where was drugs introduced? Reverb.
I mean, it was around, it was always around. I wasn't really necessarily into that.
Yeah.
I was more of just I guess some people would say alcohol is a drug. But,
I'm pretty sure
yeah,
everybody should say
Enough of
that.
one.
I'm pretty sure everybody says that, but I mean, it was commonplace and it was legal. So I mean that, and to me that was a perk of the job.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, dude. I mean, I'm signing up. I get free drinks, girls, and I get to play music. So it was kind of one of the perks of the job, and then I just I enjoyed that part of the job and did it well and
The
did
lifestyle.
it
It's
well
nice.
did it well and managed until I couldn't.
Your story's boring. Is what he said.
No. That was the perfect timing.
That was a sad.
That was like
that was
until I couldn't.
Well, everybody's sad.
Yeah.
That was good, man.
So during that time when you were DJ Reverb,
I still am.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
man,
go like Kelly Reverb.
Please.
I still
shake
DJ,
it.
dude.
Shake
By,
it off.
by the way,
Now you're killing.
You ain't gonna shake it off.
I've been trying to go to see you, but you know.
well, you
it's
have.
tough.
You
I
saw.
run a
You
lot.
saw me on.
Oh yeah.
You saw me on
He
Halloween.
ran all the way past us, dude. He
You
ran
saw
like
me-
100 miles.
You saw me on Halloween.
Fuck yeah, it was good too, man. I liked it. That was bloodbath.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
good.
blood was pouring from the ceiling. Oh man, almost like Blade.
Yeah,
Right.
it looked cool.
Perfect. Yeah, it was kind of a beginner setup of the bloodbath, but it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool for
Cool for
now.
Dallas.
Yeah, cool for Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So you never dove into any kind of drugs? Just
well, I
alcohol, or
mean,
you
no.
did
The thing
just-
is like I mean, my main thing was I started traveling once. Literally, once I put out records, I started getting calls and started traveling because like the market wasn't flooded like it is now. But I was in Pittsburgh, in the Pittsburgh airport, and I had my first anxiety attack. And that was before I knew that being hungover was going to cause an anxiety attack. And an anxiety attack feels like you're dying.
Were you on the plane when that happened, or were you in the airport?
No. Okay, so I was in a cab that was just like hollowed out, dude, cab. And this guy was just straight from Vietnam, dude, like, and had some Creedence playing on the radio. Hey, I'll get you there in about 20 minutes. And I'm like, I'm just like, man, I can't breathe, dude. And I'm like, I'm feeling weird.
Yeah.
And like, 'cause of course the AC's not on, whatever. I get to the airport and it's like you start hyperventilating. And then finally I make it to my gate. I'm like, I literally think I'm having a heart attack. And then I was flying first class at that time. So then, of course, I'm like, hit me with the drinks, and then had that first one,
It went away.
and then boom.
Yeah, I went into a panic attack on an airplane runway while in opioid withdrawal once. That's what I was asking
There you
that. We got stuck on the runway for 8 hours.
Oh,
so
well,
that was
yeah,
fun.
that's just when you drink your way out of it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
So
you
I-
say anxiety attack like that, do you mean like there's attack and I'm out of it, or are you consciously saying like I'm seeing this too? Like I got a meta awareness self, and I'm like, holy cow, I am dying. Do you?
well, no,
How
I'm
does that
I'm
work?
like I like literally. I feel like I'm gonna black out,
Yeah.
and my heart's
Okay,
racing
so you're
because I'm basically
drifting
hy-
out. You're drifting
Yeah,
out.
I'm hyperventilating, and I'm just in survival mode.
Yeah.
Probably actually had to do something with withdrawal.
Yeah,
happens
well,
a
no,
lot,
and that's what it is because basically I learned how to use alcohol to migrate every time I had a panic attack. You throw some alcohol at it, you're good. You get a little
Yeah.
shitty, and you're good. And you can manage like that for a long time. But some people, can do it and then stop and dial back. But mine was just a gradual thing. So it went from being a perk and a temporary solution to the problem to being full blown every day, all day, all night, bottle shuffle, 3 different stores, all the stuff.
What
you
was your
think about.
favorite?
What? Oh,
favorite?
well, it
What was your
went,
favorite liquor?
it graduated to vodka
yeah.
because vodka travels well.
Oh, yeah.
You
Hey,
can put it in your water
Yeah.
bottle and you can drink anywhere.
Anywhere.
And if you chew gum, you're good.
Yeah.
People go, oh man,
They say it doesn't smell right.
Kelly's having a good time.
That guy just
But it does
shoots
smell.
he's got mint Listerine in his pocket.
No, I
No,
used to
dude.
chew the dentine fire. But yeah, so I mean, it was basically alcohol was the solution until it wasn't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah.
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 And
then
I
became
mean,
the
there
problem.
was the
problem.
only drug for me really that became a regular was the drinking companion of cocaine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that was just because everybody
You
had
wanted
it.
to get sober.
Well, I just wanted to
Sober up.
do coke so I could drink more.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on.
Man, this is an elementary
I used to
question
drink
for y'all.
Too
But
much. Do blow to sober up.
Yeah.
Then start drinking more.
Of course.
And then
Okay.
do blow again to sober up. And then try to drive home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
doing
where I'm
cocaine
going. Like,
takes-
is
And
there
I'm
such
chasing
thing as
blow
that?
at the end of the night. It's horrible, man.
That's where I'm
Right.
going. Is there such a thing as okay? You could use it to get flat, to get normal, but is
Yeah,
there
oh,
such
yeah,
thing
yeah,
as
yeah.
actual
Baseline
enjoyment still of a drink? I know that sounds real basic, but I never thought of that. Can you actually enjoy it even in?
Well, I mean, when it was up in, the only people that had a problem with, I mean, everybody else had a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it, my drinking and that level of drinking. But I mean, I stopped and I don't really want to start. I mean, because I know what it does. It's not like I'm a kid. I went off the rails quick and had to start again. But I mean, I enjoyed it thoroughly during my drinking career until it got to be where I had to have it. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah.
That's where it became a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so next question.
Yes.
Okay.
Way to spell that out.
Okay. Hey, this is for Chad LeMans.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. What is the darkest part of existence?
Jesus Christ, jumped off the freaking cliff, boy.
His chungus. His chode.
Hold on a second. Let me see if this
Don't
works.
Google it. What is
I'm
the
not.
darkest part of existence?
Oh, that's tight, dude. I just switched to the face cam, or
Says
the
here it's in the
FaceTime camera
Trinity.
right here, so it's just looking at me.
Nice.
I'll just tell you the darkest part of existence that I have experienced.
You've probably been there, man.
Oh yeah, would it be?
Tell me your experience.
All right, so I was on. What's that road, dude?
Dolphin Road.
No.
You gonna wind up?
How you gonna wind up on Dolphin Road?
On Dolphin Road.
No, I went to. I was on Northwest Highway.
Shout
Right?
out Northwest
Shout out
Highway.
Northwest Highway.
Always.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I was on Northwest Highway, at this one particular day, there was the day before I had seen there's this massage parlor, right, and it was right next to this hotel, and I would shoot up in the bushes. Directly next to the road, because who's gonna shoot up directly next to the road?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody.
Was it right where all
So that's a perfect spot to
Was it
do it.
right where all the homeless people went to the bathroom as well?
Yeah, there. I mean,
Nice.
I took a shit over there for sure, dude. So I went. The day before this happened, I was sitting over there shooting up, right, and I look over to my right, and that's where the side door is for the massage parlor, right? And somebody was coming out to smoke a cigarette. There's a fucking cage inside of the door, like a complete cage. Right,
Going to the massage parlor.
Yes, from the side door. So obviously, there's some sketchy shit going on.
Human trafficking.
Bro, some seriously sketchy shit. So the next day, I'm over there shooting up, and there's feds and SWAT team raiding that place, right? And I'm in the bushes when they pull up. So obviously I can't just fucking take off and start running. I'm also missing a leg, right? I don't run sober. You know what I mean? I didn't run high either.
You can't see me.
I'm not John Cena, dude. They can see me.
Your invisibility
on
cloak.
with your.
So I was sitting over there, and man, this cop made eye contact with me. Yeah. As I'm pulling a needle out of my arm, right? My arms are rotting off, right? I'll switch to that. Yeah. My arms rotting off at the point, right? Both arms look like that.
Oh yeah. And he used to have elephantitis of his hands.
Hey, how about you shut up?
Hey,
how about you shut up?
That's because you're shooting crocodile.
Oh no, that's what the doctors thought. I will get into that. But no, there was the guy made eye contact with me, right? And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm going to jail.
Right.
And then he just shook his head no and then just walked off. So I had an entire shooting heroin in front of people that are obviously licensed to take me in for it. And they were like, nah.
They're you're already done.
You're done.
Yeah.
And that was the darkest part of humanity is I was going to die out there.
Right.
That was it.
So I got another question for
He
you.
didn't even give a fuck enough to arrest
Not to mention
you.
the 2 times I got arrested during COVID, and both times they just took me to the hospital and left me, even though I had 9 felony warrants.
What?
There we go.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, another question, Chad LeMans. Getting your leg amputated. Right. Before
I did it myself. There's a movie on it. There's a movie about it. James Franco.
with a
James
chainsaw.
Franco played me, and I was stuck behind a rock when I was rock climbing.
Tell us a little bit about that. Before You went in to get it amputated.
Yeah, were you good at like soccer or anything?
God damn, dude.
Could you like?
Did you run sober before this?
Did you like water ski or?
I feel like a Democrat on Tucker Carlson right now.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Oh man.
Hey, relive when your life was good, Chad.
When you had 2 legs, Chad.
And by the way, what's your opinion on the transgender issue in America today? You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. All right. So, I mean, I was like a pretty normal kid. I was just really good at lying. I was really good at manipulating, because if I just said the right thing, you were going to buy it because I had already bought it. Right. I'm very, very good at doing that. And I have to be very cognizant of that nowadays. Yeah, I mean, I went to college on a ride to college because I wanted to be lazy, and I didn't like the college because everybody was fucking nerds. But the second I smoked weed on the tour out in the middle of the woods, I was like, fuck yeah, dude, this place is legit. I'm in the middle of the woods. So I went there, and then, I was like just drinking and smoking inordinate amounts of weed. And then I was on my way back to class, or I was on my way back to work the 3rd shift that day. I had just called my mom to tell her it was like the best day ever. My girlfriend who cheated on me a bunch got back together with me, because that's everybody's dream.
Right,
she was 3 years older than me, and she was loaded and smoking hot, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking,
MILF.
And she came back.
bro. And she came back,
I'll be
dude.
dipped.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so yeah, I'm on my way to, and I just got a job there, working towards my degree, which was hotel, resort, restaurant management. I was capable of doing whatever I wanted to, but I chose that because it was pretty easy for me to just work around food. And then I'm like run out of gas, and then I'm pushing my car, and then somebody stops me to help me, and then next thing you know, I wake up and in the helicopter. I wake up in the median first, and she hit me going 60, so I flew pretty far. I'm good at flying.
Yeah.
Right.
Found that out.
Apparently.
Yeah. So I flew pretty far, and then I wake up in the median, and she's like, a person's like, hey, don't stand up. And I'm like, fucking, what are you talking about? And I try and sit up, and then they hold me down, then I pass out. Right. Then I wake up in the helicopter, probably on a bunch of ketamine, so I didn't roll out. Right. And I'm like, well, this is fucking cool. I've never been on a helicopter before. And they're all laughing. Right. All the EMTs, because they're thinking I'm fucking dead.
Right.
Right. And then I wake up on the operating table, and they're like, hey, we're going to have to cut off both your legs. I was like, no, you're fucking not. And then I wake up, and one of my legs is missing. The other one's in a external rod system from the hip down. Oh, yeah. Because it was broken in 9 places. It's still broken in 3 today, and this happened in 2008. So I don't know why you asked me to be here, because I can't run.
I
am so you know what I mean?
Do you still have?
You fall in the
I got a
sober
question.
category.
Do you still have
whatever?
Do you still have dreams of walking with both legs or
No.
running? No,
No.
Nothing
Why would
like
I have
that?
dreams of running? What did I?
Well, I mean,
out of anything I just told you,
remembering
did
what
I
it
ever
was
tell
like.
you something about cross country or something?
Remembering what it was like back, when you had 2 legs.
But he
dude.
never ran.
I mean, yeah,
he
there's
never ran.
Yeah, never really. No, I played football.
What
Yeah.
his thing?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, but I was never really tall enough to compete.
Right.
I was decent,
Yeah, you
but
got it.
I was never just like this
Good enough to get a
massive
ride. I
fucking
mean,
dude.
that means you're a freaking
we're
heathen.
We're
is
in
what that
McKinney,
means.
Texas, brother. There's some big fucking people out here,
Right.
No, fuck
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Texas is nothing
No,
but
I just didn't
they're
know
corn-fed
if you
fucking
ever had
football
like
stars.
dreams of like where you still like, oh man, I could walk in my dream.
I had those probably a couple times. You know what I mean? But every time I'm like, oh, this is obviously a dream.
And then
It's like, well, obviously this isn't real right
and
now.
in
You
your
know what I mean?
dream, you went and masturbated anyways.
Wow, dude. Way to class this show up, dude. Everybody give it up for Kelly being the huge piece of shit he is.
Okay. Kelly,
See how fun it is?
Mr. Reverb,
Yes.
got a question for you.
All right.
What do you use to cope with difficult moments now?
Oh, now I just lean into it. Like, I mean,
you
I
do
was
lean.
Yeah, exactly. Dude.
Give that man 27.2 points.
Codeine.
That was a funny
Codeine and alprazolam.
lean.
No. But I hated like publicly speaking or speaking in front of a crowd would make me nervous as shit. Like even at an AA meeting.
Oh, yeah.
And then it especially
Chad's
doing,
good at it.
Doing well.
What?
I mean, yeah, Chad's good at fooling people into thinking he's a good person.
He's the best bullshitter.
Yeah. But no, I used to be really afraid of public speaking and even doing something like this. And then once you start doing it and make yourself uncomfortable, then you get used to it. And then you're like, fuck it. It doesn't matter.
Nice.
So here we go. I got a Kelly theme song for Kelly real quick. My name is Kelly Reverb, and I hate public speaking. I go home and I touch my wiener because everybody's so scared about me public speaking. That was good.
Is that me?
Why would you turn yourself up?
Because you're way louder than me.
I'm way louder than you.
Yeah, here, turn yourself down.
No, you're way louder than me.
No, you turn yourself down. Anyway, but yeah, just like being uncomfortable and just leaning into it.
Getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
He did just
That's what it
scoot away.
is.
That's like that's used all through recovery.
Well, and the
Boy,
thing
you need to
is
start getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
right.
Well,
Well,
that's where the growth happens.
yeah, and being like
Unless it's butt stuff.
Well, hey,
You don't want growth there.
that rolls into running too. You
Yeah.
have to start doing longer distance.
yeah.
Get uncomfortable, man.
Right.
And then eventually you'll get comfortable.
Then you're running
Right.
100 miles, which is insane.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
I'm trying to get to being comfortable at that.
Do you sometimes, and then you actually, no joke, you practice discomfort. Like sometimes,
Yeah.
you'll park in a place to be close to the door. I go, it's at 35 and Doggone Pleasant Run. You don't want to be just walking around there anyway. But I walk to the back of the lot.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's raining, snowing, and cold. Walk slow. Then I run back. Then I run to the door to go to the store. Mm-hmm. In time, it's only 28 seconds.
Yeah.
But the misery is like,
Yeah.
and so there's that balance. It's only 28 seconds.
Well,
Being
so
your
that
life
was-
ain't gonna change. Do you practice this?
That's like the whole concept of like the old school yogis, right? And everybody back in the day, that's my mic you keep turning up. That's why I turned it back
Which
down.
one's
to
mine?
moron. Don't worry about it.
It's this one.
I'm never going to tell you.
I'm gonna touch them all.
You're louder than everybody else.
No, you're
Yes.
louder than
So
everybody else.
That's what they would do, right? Back in the day, they would sit on beds of nails and they would cause themselves
Okay.
discomfort so that when they laid down later, they would be comfortable. So the
why-
more pain you go through, the more you can experience
More
pleasure.
pain,
And it's the
baby.
yin and
More
the yang,
gain.
baby.
What a load of bullshit.
It's true,
Chad.
man.
We just talked about this morning. He's out there running in
No.
the
It's
nonsense.
the yin and
Yeah.
the yang, man. It makes sense. They've
Yeah.
been doing this shit for thousands of years before
Right.
us.
It's true. Okay.
No, but I mean, it's repetition and like DJing too.
Oh yeah.
To be honest,
yeah.
Chad tinkled his pants the first time.
You did.
I had to piss so bad, dude. And I let out a
Hey,
little
man.
dribble. Dude.
Uh,
Yeah, you're a good DJ
Sometimes.
too, man.
I appreciate
Sometimes
it.
you gotta
I like
yourself for the
your
cause.
shit, boy.
Yeah,
some good
but
shit,
yeah,
Chad.
so that was a very uncomfortable thing to do. Like when I first came back sober, actually, I'm like, because I'm so used to having a few,
Yeah.
that it was definitely weird coming back when everybody else around you is partying,
Right.
and you're like,
Yeah. How about DJing sober, man?
Yeah, that's what I was just telling you.
Yeah.
that's what I just. told
Is
you.
that when Chad pissed his pants? When
Oh,
he
yeah,
got
no,
sober or what?
So no,
Or this is the first time he ever
I got
DJed.
sober, and then Chad pissed his pants.
But is it the same as like being in the ocean in a wetsuit where it feels good, or is it not good on stage in that same way?
Chad was at one of his first gigs, and he was a little nervous,
And I had drank
and
so
he-
much coffee, dude.
and he had a little.
And I was standing there for like an hour and a half playing because it was an hour and a half. And like by the end of it, I was like, bro, I gotta fucking piss. And yeah, dude, you know what I mean? The older you get, the more your kidneys are shot from shooting up heroin and cocaine. The more you got a little chance of dribble.
Oh yeah. Hey,
a
dribble
cloudy with
happens
the
all
It
the
It
wasn't,
time already.
it wasn't a full urination,
But it was a little dribble.
all right.
I was like, Kelly, dude, fucking do
Yeah, for
something.
your
I had
friends,
to-
and your friends noticed.
I had to tell
Hey,
you.
told buddy, right there.
Yeah. I know, dude.
It'd be
If
weird
it was
if Kelly
like
just stared
that,
at
would
my
be
dick.
like,
I was
yeah.
like, dude, you just pissed
No,
yourself.
I just take sand. I'm like the dickhead that would take sand and throw it on your baseball pants, dude. If you fucking pissed your pants, dude. Boom, look.
This is
Stuck.
fantastic, dude.
Got
This is
it.
a great podcast.
Got another question for you,
Yep.
Chad LeMans.
Woo.
What happens to us after death?
Bro, why do you ask me all these fucking eternal?
I get these softball questions, and then you get
He's like, Kelly, how do you spell the word ant? Chad, by the way, what's the easiest way to meet God?
right.
I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
What do I think
let me
happens after
repeat
death?
that. Let me repeat that. What happens to us after death?
It doesn't get any easier the second time that you ask it.
Hey.
What happens to us, man?
Yeah,
If I
your
had to
views.
guess?
Yeah. We're all guessing here. Nobody knows, so everybody's guessing in this world.
Dude, I think I don't know, man. I don't really care either because, like,
You've already been there. You've been to hell and back.
I've died a lot of times, but I will say I've never had any super
Indeed.
near-death experience
Right.
that Kelly like talks about.
I talk about that all the time.
Yeah,
Near-death experience.
yeah. So I don't really, dude. I'm looking at the levels when you talk, and you are 7 dB louder than
Well, then
anybody
make it
else.
louder on my headphones, jackass.
Where's
because-
your?
that's because
is that your headphone right
Kelly's-
there?
Yeah, there you go.
Kelly's
Perfect.
sucking on the mic.
Dude, that's what all he does, dude.
$7.
That's why he's always looking at people's dicks to see if they piss
Whoa.
themselves.
That's right. Exactly, because Chad's trying to show me his dick.
No, what happens after death, man? I don't know, dude. But my goal now is just to live the rest of my life out, like kind of helping other people not do what I did. And then whatever happens after I die, I'm sure I'll have to pay for some shit that I've done for sure. But hopefully it kind of evens the scales a little bit. So I don't get, hit with pitchforks in my asshole that are burning hot.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? I'd
Sure,
like to
I
live as good
guess.
as I can now.
You're gonna
Just
show
in
no,
case.
you're gonna show up, and the devil's gonna go. You ever had your shit pushed in?
Kid.
Hey, okay, I got one. I got a better one for you.
Okay.
Chad LeMans.
What is the secret to life?
What brings you
The password.
joy?
What brings me joy?
Yes, sir.
Doing shit like this, man. It's at first, like, I don't ever want to do anything. I didn't want to go meet with a guy earlier, right? Because my body's like, you could sleep right now. And I'm like, yeah, well, I fucking slept for basically like, the first 31 years of my existence. So I'll just sleep when I'm dead. And then, I don't know, hanging out with people, man, like going to try and help people, even if I don't have any sort of effect, it helps me enjoy my life a little more every time I try.
Hey, you've been helpful every time you come over.
Oh,
And
well, thank you.
And I appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I like you guys' music too.
Hey man, I like you.
Y'all make some great tracks.
You'll make me tear up.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, your death made you look at other folks more.
Where'd you say your music's a hit? Out in like
Ukraine.
yeah.
Ukraine. Yeah.
We're moving
I'm
out
not, I'm
there,
not from
dude.
Ukraine.
Rent's going to be hella cheap when this
But
shit's over with.
we've got decent numbers elsewhere, but it's funny.
One
like
just
how
got played 7 times last week in France,
Yeah.
too. So that's our breakthrough in France.
Montpellier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is government? That's y'all's track.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a fucking banger, bro.
Thank you.
I like it. It's perfect for the time period.
Yeah, well, that's
It's
what
certainly resonates with Ukrainians.
Perfect.
we were both fans of Dr. Stephen Greer.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we were actually recording another song earlier that day, and that this whole subject about 0 point energy and all that shit came up, and then that concept came up, and then Chad pretty much executed the majority of that.
Fucking
one.
brilliant.
Yeah, so this.
Brilliant.
I was like,
Eric, you
we
gotta
watched the
listen to
Y-Files.
Brilliant.
Did you ever
the
watch
Wi-
the Y-Files?
Yeah, with Hecklefish.
I don't watch a lot of stuff, so
So
I'm
it's a
always
YouTube-
running.
It's
sober.
YouTube clip,
I
and
run
they were talking
sober.
about.
I like running. I like being sober.
Watching stuff? What do you mean watching?
We just need to make everybody's theme song the exact same.
This being cloud.
Hey. Go ahead.
So the whole way government came together is because we were watching the Y-Files, or I was watching the Y-Files. Kelly watches it too, and he was doing a show about the shadow government, and there was these senators talking, and like the video clips were in there. Then it had Eisenhower talking about the military-industrial complex. Then it had Stephen Greer talking about the shadow government, and I had just listened to Pongo, right? And Pongo just came out on Upper Ground, which is Art Bat's label, I think, right? And I was like, holy shit, I love this shit. And then I was like, I want to make something that sounds super analog like that. And I was watching that Y-Files video, and I was like, holy shit, I wonder if I could make a song with all of these senators and shit in it. And then I went over and made it, sent it over to Kelly. He's like, yeah, let's do this. And then we finished it up together.
Yeah, what I love about it is like how it actually, you know, like, I mean, dance music to me never really has a message. You know,
not anymore.
It kind of tells you what to do.
Yeah.
But I like how it tells a little story, and it expresses, you know, just the truth, if you will, about what's really happening, or, you know, at least what I believe to be the truth.
And it used to, there used to be political messages in all sorts of music,
Right.
Right. That was like one of the biggest things. And wartime used to bring about like some amazing music, right?
Right.
Now, nowadays, like we tried to send that off to labels for them to sign, and they're like, no, because they don't want to get involved with any of that kind of shit. And it's a machine.
Yep.
So when we put it out, we didn't put any he did the normal like thing we do where we'll send it out to some people or whatever. But with all the other tracks, we kind of did some other stuff with them.
Well, and Government was actually a B-side to another track called Dark Side. Well,
I think that's good too, man.
And it fucking worked.
Yeah, that rocks too.
But
man.
I mean, that's good that it got out there and it resonated, even though it was not the lead track. Because to me, right now, the album is dead. You know, like as far as doing a full album, and if you're unknown, you know, I mean, good luck. Dude. So you might as well just do, you know, just small increments, and then something's going to resonate with somebody where they might become a fan. And we got check out your other.
We got really lucky on that one too, because like in one of the ways he sent it out to people. He used this company or whatever. I don't remember which one it was, but it was sick because it went to a bunch of radio people. And the radio DJ from Kiss FM in the Ukraine, Antone is his name.
Yeah.
Nice.
We don't know anything else about it.
He dropped it.
He picked it up, and then they've been picking up our shit.
Yeah,
ever
like
since,
so
dude. It's
the
dope.
Duran Duran, the Depeche Mode. Dude, the new Depeche Mode's actually getting, because we do covers now.
Yeah,
as
I
well.
saw that. Yeah,
So we
did Madonna.
I mean, we do that stuff.
But I like that stuff. But Government was something unique and different.
But we do that in order to, because it resonates with people, and hopefully they'll look at our
catalog.
Real stuff.
Yeah.
You need to end. Yeah.
It's you know, I mean, especially it's tough to make
And
any noise,
and a lot of DJs are doing that.
in a sea of shit. You know,
So a lot of DJs right now are doing that. When I went to see, well, let me see.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that just have
Fat Boy
ID.
Slim. I went to see, and
That show looked dope.
they're using, he's using older tracks, and he's just remixing them. You know, basically a lot of them, and that gets the crowd pumping, man.
Yeah.
You know, because they like that.
know
Well, I mean,
they know it. Yeah,
if I was to his level, I would probably have just certain songs that I would play on my live set and never put them out. You know,
That way people have to come see you just to hear it.
exactly.
Yeah, that show was dope. By the way. So I went and saw Diplo too. That was good too.
Yeah.
Similar thing though. He'll
play the same
play
thing. But
remixes
he's
of
at that
a
point
bunch.
now where he could put out fart sounds. And
Whatever,
people would pay for it.
Exactly. Yeah,
For
With
real.
smell included.
I mean,
Like,
that's the whole thing, is to become, you know, actually build your brand is what we're in the beginning phases of doing.
But y'all are doing great though. I think.
Appreciate it. It's a tougher
Fantastic
market out
stuff.
here because it's Dallas,
Yeah.
right? If we were, you know, like door to door with people where we could just hand off shit and you know, make backdoor deals, then that would be different. Like if we were out in LA, but then also, you know, our houses wouldn't probably.
Chad,
be
what do
there
you know
anymore.
about backdoor deals?
Well, you taught me a lot about it.
Yeah, you can't personally spam people like you can personally spam in New York, because I've done it door to door to door. You know who that guy is. I see him. I'm going to go, and then they
Or you
actually
just
talk
happen to
you.
show up
They
to
actually
all of
talk-
these places and talk to people.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? There's
I
not a
did
lot
it
of
in
that
fashion.
going on out here.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, and I mean, to me, I've like, you know, always been one of those like, well, you know, that's cool. The bigger labels will come to us after, you know, we start proving ourselves on our own.
Or they'll completely
Yeah.
dissipate and it'll be a small label run game.
Yeah.
You
who
know what I
knows?
mean?
Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned Art Bat.
Oh yeah, I
And you
love
said
them, dude.
that's one of your favorites.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I'm going to Ultra Peru.
Nice.
Oh,
and,
fuck.
and Art Bat's there.
Yeah, I bet.
Are
that'll be
you
nice.
running 100
Are you gonna
miles?
run the entire
I'm
way?
running from here
He's
to
gonna
Peru.
find. He's gonna find 100 miles to run. Out there.
There you go. You can actually do it.
Yeah, there's
you can
land all the
actually
way.
do it.
all
You'll
around.
be the Machu Picchu.
Right.
Ma-
Machu Picchu.
That's me, Machu Picchu.
My favorite is Machu Picchu and Lake Titicaca.
Titicaca, yeah.
Lake Titicaca.
I fucking like titties, dude.
Bad
You know what I mean?
combo. Bad combo.
And
Hey, so next question.
Yeah.
Either one of y'all can answer this one.
You answer, dude. I'm done with these deep, fucking dark, fucking.
This one won't be that
My
dark.
brain hurts.
How did you guys meet each other?
Oh, that's funny. You want to tell it? Go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
you
I
tell
don't-
it better than I do.
I don't remember. Okay, so I was doing basically open format DJing.
This is before Grinder.
Right, exactly. Well, that was, yeah. 'cause
Y'all met each
That's
other.
a good market to have. Then
we
that's
did.
okay. Like
We did.
Sweet.
takes a whole category of questions.
But yeah, I was looking for a bear. And Chad was there. And,
Chad. With one leg. Yeah, a bear with one leg.
He's got a fetish. He's got an
You'll find
amputee fetish.
But no, so I was DJing at a place called Sambuca, and
Oh,
I was
yeah, I know
I was
Sambuca.
I was playing live format, or
Nice.
I was playing live in between the live band. I was DJing in between the live band, like Emerald City or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
man, Emerald City.
So
Classic.
Chad was running sound for that band and for the house.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, man, the sound, you could tell when somebody knows what the fuck they're doing, right?
Yeah.
So Chad was like really good at that. And then, while the band's on, I'm over there drinking and Chad's, shooting up or
Whoa,
whatever.
y'all
but I didn't
still-
know.
y'all-
But
y'all-
listen,
Oh,
dude.
that was active addiction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of
so
y'all.
I'm trying not to black out.
And I'm in the bathroom
while I'm DJing. Yeah.
Dope.
And he's shooting meth in your arm.
So no,
You just never knew you did it. Kelly.
we were there talking, and we talked to Chad could always bullshit, and he was like, I was like, well, I have Ableton. Do you know how to write in Ableton? Well, I can figure it out. And then so we started working on music while he was there, but then he like disappeared. Like one week I show up and I'm like, hey, where's Chad? And then the guy's like, yeah, we found a needle in the bathroom and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like,
Fucking Chad.
and then of course
God dang it.
I called Chad like, whatever that later that week. And it was, hey dude, they said they found a needle with you. And you were like,
Fuck that. That
Fuck
fucking
that.
other. It's probably that other guy's. He's a piece of shit.
yeah, dude,
probably Kelly's.
they're fucking lying, dude.
Drug
They're
test,
they're
Reverb.
making shit up, dude. But so we started making music out of that. But then in 2020, I went to rehab because it had finally gotten bad enough to where I was like, yeah, I need help. And I can't do it myself. And then Chad got arrested.
Finally, they kept me this time.
Yeah. And you went to
Go to the
jail
station and shoot.
to lose on the levy for forgery and what else?
Forgery.
You're forging what? Checks?
It was there. Yeah, there were bad checks that people were writing out to me, and then I would
amateur
cash them.
hour.
Well, these were. I mean, it wasn't. Yeah, it was not the way that they were doing it. Wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was
Multi-party.
bad.
So then I went to rehab, got out, was clean, and then Chad was still, and I was
I
like,
caught a possession charge after I'd been in there for 4 months, and that's what kept me in there for so long. I stayed
Right.
in for 20 months.
Oh, yeah. You had a pending charge going in. Oh, okay.
and but when I got clean and out of there, I was like, I wonder whatever happened to Chad. I go, he's either dead or in jail. And he was in jail because
50-50.
I still had, of course, Chad didn't have a working fucking phone number. I mean, it was changing weekly.
Yeah.
And so I had his mom's email, and I emailed his mom.
What? He had his mom's
Little Sheila.
email.
Yeah, shout out
Little
Little
Sheila. Yeah.
Somebody
for
answer
some
the
reason,
email.
Why do you
Our
have,
mom
why are you
answered the
having
email.
people's mom's emails?
For some reason, because we were. I
Nope,
don't-
you need better. That's a good idea,
Because
actually.
she was talking to me about, she knows a lot of people. Little Sheila knows people.
Yeah, Little Sheila's hooked up.
Yeah, and she's laced up, man.
Nice,
And
nice.
so I had her email from there, and I was like, "Hey, hey, little Sheila, it's Kelly Reverb. And then she goes, oh, Chad has been trying to get a hold of you for 6 months. And then the next thing I know, the next day, I get this call may be recorded.
I love that.
Thank you for using securest technologies.
Yeah,
I used to pay for it.
I used to date a girl from there.
Crap, I don't have it.
And so then Chad calls me because by that time I had put like a remix of ours that one of our friends did on, and he could get it streaming in prison.
I was listening to my music in jail when they introduced the tablets.
And then of course Chad. No, but the best thing is Chad. Chad tries to get me to co-sign on his bail. He's like, oh, dude. And then
Typical addict.
Yeah. He's like, oh, dude, this is bullshit.
Hey, man, we
blah,
co-sign
blah, blah.
on a bill.
Yeah. And you know, he's like, yeah, dude, all I need you to do is just go here and co-sign. And I'm like, maybe got 4 months under my belt, dude. Like fucking baby deer sobriety. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think, my
co-signing
wife.
on the bond? Or what is this?
I don't think my wife's going to go for that. But I go, okay, I'll ask Waverly. That's my wife's name. I go, okay, I'll ask her. And then
He never asked me.
I didn't even bother. And then the next time I go, she said, no, sorry.
Don't let him drag you into that.
Yeah. So, but then he finally got out, and then I already had the podcast, which is
The Pink Cloud.
This
Pink Cloud.
Yeah. So
Fantastic podcast, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It's about recovery in all paths.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
multiple
about
pathways.
Recovery.
Recovery.
Not just a single path, but many.
Right. Multiple.
Which is good, man, because
Well, and we also just talk about like stuff that might help you, mental health wise, right the ship.
nice. So I got a. You guys knew Jennifer that had this sober living environment for females in my house, one of my houses.
Jennifer
Dunlap.
Oh yeah. We just had her on the show.
Yeah, she was on y'all's show. Well, so she moved out, and I have a new lady in there named Kathy Hayes.
Okay.
And so we're trying to fill that house. So if you guys can,
all right.
It's a women's sober living?
Yes. Female,
Where's it at?
Female transition home, basically. Sober living.
Solid.
It's in Carrollton. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah.
So I
give me
already
information
reached out.
after
I
this.
reached out to Dusty about it too, if he had anybody. So
Right. Well, also, who to get to work for you is Mr. Josh W. Jordan. He does Cardinal. He does Cardinal House.
I talk to Josh
Yeah.
like several times a day now.
And they work for the same company.
Nice.
But he does 3 male houses. So there you go. Y'all could,
perfect.
cross pollinate.
Okay.
Way
prospect of getting out of the
way to
house.
network on your own show.
So I got another question for. This is a hard one, so I'm gonna send it to Kelly.
Okay.
Thank God.
Mr. Reverb.
Yes.
If you could be something other than a human, what would it be?
Oh yeah, that's easy, dude. I would probably be. I don't know. I would like to try like being an alien on a distant planet, but I don't know which one yet.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. Shut up.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to be a filbert.
That was easy.
What's a filbert?
It's a forgotten nut. When I was 8 years old, I said, "Look, it's a filbert." They said, "No, it's an acorn." And it turns out, I think they're similar.
A filbert is a filbert also the Brazil nut as well?
No, that's different.
Okay.
It's a big old, and the nickname for it is a toes.
Yeah.
And so it's
Hey, do you guys have any certain goals for 2025?
Vegemoleki.
I mean, what we're doing is,
musical goals or podcast goals?
well, okay, so here it is. The business plan, the business model is to put out 1 track a month, around there, and just grow the brand, and then hopefully, at some point
We'll go ahead and tell my
we'll
audience.
be doing festivals.
Tell my
and
audience
whatnot.
your brand.
Our brand is our names, dude. Kelly Reverb, Chad LeMans.
Is this on Lone Star Records or no?
Yes. Lone Star Records is my record label that we self-release on. But honestly, I mean, records, once you get the distribution for it, the aggregate, if you will, I mean, shit, dude, the Joe Rogan podcast could be going through Zen. And, you know, it's all about building the brand, which is the show or your music career. You know, and I mean, that's kind of the end goal, is to travel and see the world, because I mean, I already did this. I already did this in the 90s and got to see, you know, pretty much all of the US, Canada, all that stuff. But I want to go now. There's, you know, the whole internet and promotion. I mean, shit, dude, like we're huge in we actually have
Ukraine.
We actually have fans in the Ukraine, because there's a hot Ukraine chick that posted a reel of Nothing, a song Chad and I did with her, you know, doing her hot chick dance with some fabulous, and she's like, I love y'all's music and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's a fucking fan, dude. And she's hot and she's in the Ukraine.
Nice.
So,
Whoa, you think, Brandon, you're a DJ and you got the love for it. I got the love for the whole scene. Do you think that you can look back over to those 25 years and say you kind of need that background in reality in order to be able to rock today? Like you got.
well, I mean, look, I can totally. I mean,
like it's not hating on the new at all. It's not even separate. There's somebody right now born with just that who's gonna ball out.
Right. But I mean, I'm just saying, you know, like with experience, it really helps in writing music, because I've heard, you know, 30, 40 years plus worth of music, and I know how, you know, the flow of it should go. And you can, the same with, you know, being a DJ. But it's weird now, you know, because there's like 45-minute sets. Whereas it used to be like marathon.
That may not be so.
Oh, yeah, the one of her
Just pressing buttons. Yeah.
Well,
I think that was just filmed because she got up there in front of a crowd and somebody filmed it for fun. I
Well,
don't think that's actually was.
Like I said, I'm not saying I believe it or not, but I'm saying
Right.
I have with my own eyes seen like, yo, plug it in.
Well, a lot of times they do pre-programmed sets at festivals to match the lights, which is kind of commonplace. But, you know, I mean, the thing is literally now, and this is where my old guy comes in, but literally now anyone can DJ, because they took away the big talent part of it. You had to match beats by ear. Now on your controller, it says 127.3 and you go, okay, 127.3.
You used to have to write it on the vinyl, the BPM.
Well,
you'd have-
no, you wouldn't write it, dude. You would just know about that it's around that BPM. But
and Duke can drop it.
but you would just you would just be like boom, and then you're like, okay, cool, and you know, then you're on beat. But that is an actual talent, just like playing the drums, just like guitar, just like all that. Absolutely. But then also being able to navigate an entire night instead of just going 45 minutes, boom, here I am. You don't have a time to even really develop a story, you know?
But that soul, I don't care the skill. Like when I talked to Brandon when we first met, I'm like, dude, this dude has a catalog across categories of knowledge and passion. And so let's give you two the same skill as DJs, whatever, and out in some world, and say, this one can play this, but this one's going to move the crowd because he knows people and life. That's what I'm saying, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like, I don't know, dude. You could have a lot of listeners on Spotify. You can have whatever. But, like, they don't give a shit about that right now. Not in our area, right? In other areas, that may be cool. But, like, in our area, they just want to know that a bunch of people are going to come see you.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of people that are going to be spending
like,
money on drinks, and they're going to be filming stupid fucking videos. They're not even going to be listening to the fucking music.
It's kind of a popularity contest. But the thing is also, I don't come in jaded. I'm like, I'm rebranding. I'm the new guy, you know, basically in the scene, even though I did it, you know, back then.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
Yeah, go ahead.
Like the normal way you're supposed to approach this entire thing is the exact opposite of how I've done it. You're supposed to be DJing for a while before you start putting out music, so you have a name that you're building.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, no, here's this name or whatever. Chad LeMans,
LeMans.
which was made because I was high on heroin and
Whatever, I gave him that name.
Kelly didn't give me that
I
name.
gave him that
He
name.
asked me what the name was going to be.
No, he goes
song's kinda heavy,
something.
though.
He goes something fast or something like that.
I like the Le Mans race because in France, right, the 24-hour Le Mans race, and
Chad's
French
full-
people make
Chad-
the best
Chad is
electronic
full of
music.
shit. I gave him
And Chad
that
Le
name.
Mans sounds
Yeah.
tight. Kelly was drunk as fuck. He wouldn't remember.
I totally remember because Chad was nodding out, and then I told him that
I don't nod out, dude.
Yeah, you do.
I'll sit in the bathroom for a couple hours. You know what I mean? But I'm not nodding out, dude.
Hey, I almost nodded out on my last race.
Oh yeah, did
So I was
you?
on mile 78.
Hey.
I was in the porta party.
I was gonna say, did you
For
ever
the party, I like
Porta
that. That's a new
party.
name.
Have you ever shit your pants, dude, while running?
Nah, not yet.
That's kind of a commonplace thing.
No,
Nah,
that's
that's not a
right.
Oh, that's
not a-
sexist
that's
as
not a-
fuck.
No,
Dude, that's
just
tight.
look it up.
myth. That's not a myth, but people do shit their pants.
Oh yeah, I see it all the time.
That you could go to the
I
restroom.
saw like one lady got she was in the Olympics.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
she was like, "Please don't film the back of me. I just
yeah,
shit my pants."
yeah. I
was
saw
like,
that
You
too.
said
Yeah.
she's comfortable saying that, like yo. I'm like, man.
Yeah, dude,
Once you
just
saw
get
yourself,
this
your
side,
whole
I'm good.
personality should change. Like
Well, I mean, you're dedicated to the craft, I guess.
too much crap.
To the
yeah.
crap.
That's a lot of crap.
Dedicated to the crap. Okay, one last question.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for both of y'all.
All right.
Okay, I love movies.
That should be it.
So,
Okay.
so what is y'all's favorite movie?
Shit, dude. I have too many to even think.
Go ahead and name two.
That's
of them.
what you would say if you were stupid. Say what your favorite movies are.
favorite,
I
buddy.
mean, so one of my all-time favorites. I mean, I'm a big John Hughes '80s guy. Love Breakfast Club,
Nice,
and then
nice.
I'm also
Love Breakfast Club.
also a huge fan Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, yeah.
and I
Kubrick.
love
Kubrick films.
His
Come on.
fucking interpretation of The Shining.
Oh, yeah. Because I think Stephen King didn't like that too
Oh no,
much, right?
Stephen King hated it, and then he did his own thing, and it looked like a fucking after-school special. Because all of Stephen King, when Stephen King's directing all his movies, it looks like an after-school special.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible.
He needs to stay out of that part.
What
of it.
about you, LeMans?
My so I'll give you the two favorite movies that I have ever seen in the entire history of my entire united life.
Okay.
Okay. So my first favorite movie I have ever seen is going to be the movie Hot Rod. The movie Hot Rod, dude. If you
like
haven't
it.
seen
Yeah,
it,
I like it.
It's like one of the best movies of all time, and it's so low budget and it's so funny.
It's good.
Danny McBride, Andy Samberg, all those Bill Hader, they're all in it. It's great. And then my second most favorite movie of all time, it was Puppets, and it is a movie called Team America: World Police.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's so fucking
yeah,
funny,
that's-
dude. It's
Team
so
America, yeah.
underrated,
that's
dude.
the South Park guys.
So underrated.
I
So
remember
funny.
Team
Yeah,
America,
no, it's
yeah.
great.
Team America.
They
Fuck
said that was the worst time they've ever
one-
had filming fucking anything because of how just absurd it was to film with all the puppets, and they'd have to have like 20 people
Yeah.
fucking doing the marionette. Dude,
Yeah.
but that movie came out so
Dude,
good and so far.
with
You can't put that out
But
nowadays,
dude,
dude.
yeah, with the hot lunch, dude, scene, dude, like where the girl puppet drops a deuce on the other puppet. I mean, dude, that's cinema gold.
Let's give Trump another year in
cinema
office
gold.
before we start putting stuff like that out again. You know what I mean? Because it was pretty brutal, dude.
Right.
It was pretty brutal.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
and
But
there's no way
those
nowadays
guys
they
are
could get away.
Those guys are genius.
Yeah, it was fantastic, man. So those two movies are
Hey, what
probably
about
my
you, Eric?
favorites.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh crap, man! It was Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand.
Yeah, just because I mean, taking it off here, boss, and looking at the guy just surviving, and then I like the final Weasel album. They're like, man, this fool sold us out, sold us out. Next thing you know, no, he hadn't.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. But I'm down with the Kubrick too, Clockwork Orange, and
Oh, man.
and I wish
I
he
love
had done
Clockwork
A
Orange.
Brave New World.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're living right now.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, man.
Yeah, but he's done some really good stuff. And then, God, what was that? There
Orson
was
Welles is my dude, though.
Oh, the moon landing. Yeah, he did the moon landing too.
Of course,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're people have T-shirts that say,
Oh, and another one was
it's
usual.
like a conspiracy. They think
Usual
Kubrick did
Suspects.
Suspects, yeah.
Love that movie.
Yeah, no, that was it. That
Usual
was it.
Suspects was another good one.
fantastic movie. Yeah, my favorite is The Lost Boys.
Okay, I
seen
can
it?
see that.
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys,
Grew up,
Kiefer Sutherland,
loved
goth vampire movie, very big in the goth community, a staple, if you will.
Oh yeah,
Right there with the movie Blade.
yep, kind of. Lost Boys is better, but
We know both.
Well, no, but I mean, in the goth community,
yeah.
Blade and Lost Boys
How
are
about this?
like
How about this?
What is that? What is that?
Gene Simmons.
That's my son.
Ah,
There you go, man.
But that ain't.
There we
that
go.
ain't- that ain't- this is it.
Oh, nice.
David.
Oh, damn, that's tight.
I
Hey,
thought
let's
that was
open
David
it
Bowie
up.
at first. Dude,
Just open it,
I
dude.
was in love with it.
I mean, it's,
check it out. Yeah.
it's called an unboxing.
But yeah.
You want to put it together? Go ahead.
All right, let's put it. That's what we should do. Is just an episode where we're putting together a puzzle.
We should just take bubble wrap and just pop bubble wrap for an hour. It's bubble by bubble. Just pop bubble wrap.
Tap.
So also, you guys have any?
Shit, we want to plug.
Yeah. Go ahead and plug your shit.
Thispinkcloud.com will take you to the YouTube channel. Also, Spotify, all major streaming platforms.
Your website is djkellyreverb.com.
That's right.
My
But-
website is chadlemans.com, and it has links to everything on it.
There you go. Or just go on any social, and we both have our link trees with pictures of our dong in it. No, but we both have our link trees, and that'll take you to everything.
So if I'm on, for example, just IG right now, I got both of you guys independent pages. Just hit your link tree on your independent.
Yeah, or mine has the
Or is there one place on
chadlemans.com.
IG?
And
just
then
look
there's
to-
also
I tend to keep the Chad LeMans website more up to date than the Linktree because Linktree's fucking stupid.
well, no, but I do Linktree because Linktree will take you to your website. So
Yeah, I
that's
just put
why
both
I
up
love
there.
Linktree.
I think.
And then, but then you have to enter your website on every page.
What are you talking
Why
about?
don't you just put it in your Linktree, dude,
What?
and spotlight it?
Dude, don't tell me what to do. You're not my dad.
Yeah, thank God.
You're not my fucking dad. Don't tell me what to do.
God. But yeah, so if you just follow the link tree, and there's actually Instagram and a Facebook page for the podcast, This Pink
That's
Cloud.
right. I'm already got that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your website again?
Kelly.
That's Ms. Othmar.
Right.
Womp, 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 womp.
Yeah, the Charlie Brown teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. KellyReverb.com. There you go.
Nice.
I won. I won. I won.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's the key. When you say something and people don't laugh, you just say, you repeat it in a more absurd way 2 or 3 more times until somebody laughs.
You're gonna get a pity laugh out
That's
of
the way to do it, dude.
That is a.
And you
that's-
stare right at
that's
somebody's
Chad-
eyes while you're doing it.
That's Chad's
Sympathy laugh.
like entire comedy routine.
Just say incredibly uncomfortable things and then stare at people
Right.
and then repeat them and move my head a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, Chad.
Yeah. If you ask me some existential fucking question again, dude.
If
That's
you could
the
change,
pregnant
Hey,
pause.
Chad,
Chad.
if you were starving, if you were a
Hold on,
if
hold
you were a
on.
if you were a hot
Hold
dog,
on.
if you were a hot dog,
my
would you
turn.
eat yourself? I know I would.
Hey, Chad. If you could change the world, what would you do different?
What would I do different?
I got that one.
What would I do different
ahead,
that's
Kelly.
politically correct
Answer
enough
it.
to put on the
Answer it.
internet?
Well, no, I always my question: if I
You're trying to change the world,
if you
remember.
could be God for one day, what one thing would you change about humanity? You know, or change for the benefit or whatever. And I always say, I would give the human race a better understanding of purpose.
Fantastic, man.
I'm out of here.
Good.
Wow.
Hey, drop the mic.
Glad you
bro.
took
Drop
my
the mic.
question and answered it.
Well, because I knew you were gonna fumble,
But he
so
did.
I gave you some time to think. You
Yeah.
stupid.
You wouldn't go eat. You wouldn't go eat all
I
that.
was doing a
You did
favor
it all
for
for me, dude.
That's a
was
breakfast
gonna-
table movie. You wasn't gonna eat all that anyway.
How selfless. Kelly Reverb is so selfless. Did you
looking-
hear what he said to Chad on that podcast?
Four
That he was trying to
pancakes.
help him with
So let's
time.
hear it.
What
What would I do to change the world?
Yeah, let's do it.
Man, I'd get rid of mosquitoes and spiders because they are fucking waste of time.
I like that part.
You know what I mean? Other than that, I don't really.
But
The world's gonna do what it's gonna
spiders,
do.
but mosquitoes for sure.
Nah, fool, fuck spiders.
They're
Well, you ever been bit
food
by a
for
spider?
Yeah,
I've been bit by a
they're
spider.
food
don't
for
want that.
somebody else.
Yeah, they're not food for me, so I don't give a fuck.
Whoa.
That's how that works.
It's the food chain.
And
Food
mosquitoes.
chain, I know. Damn,
Especially
dude.
those vicious winter
Something eats
mosquitoes,
a
the ones
spider.
that last right
Something
now.
probably eats a spider. Yeah,
And
but it
you
ain't
might
me.
eat it at the end.
Yeah.
That's saying, man. That.
What would you do if you could change the world, Eric?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good question,
Heck, I
Eric.
mean, mosquitoes is right up there because I get bit.
That's what I'm talking
I get bit by those winter ones. Like,
hey,
nah, dude, I'm lasting.
how
I'm
about
taking
you?
vacation.
What would I do
Brenda.
to change the world?
Yeah, that's one thing you would change.
I would.
I
I would
would-
try to.
I would end this podcast right now.
Well, we're about to do that,
Work it.
but that's not it. War would not exist anymore.
Okay.
Then what would
How
peace
would you
look
resolve
like?
conflict? How would you?
Right, exactly.
There probably
Without
would be
war,
such a thing
there
called.
was
Not that
no-
that's the only way, but
if
that's
there
one
was
way.
no good, there was
Why
no
would
bad.
you need peace
It goes,
if
go back
there
to the
was no
yin and
war?
the yang, baby. Go back to the
I
yin
know.
and the
Hey,
yang.
Trust me.
Without war, there will be no
Hey,
peace.
this-
Without conflict, there will
Kelly,
be no.
did you just ask me this
resolution.
question? Or
Yeah.
did we ask?
He's eating your pancakes too.
Without
You ain't gonna
good,
eat all that.
without evil, there would be no good. Without
Right.
pain,
I
there
get
would be
that.
no beauty.
I get your yin yang.
That's C.S.
Yeah.
Lewis. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
That's
get
the
it.
truth,
I get
though.
it. Sure.
Yeah. No, if
Like
there
when you
was.
And
suffer
G.K.
enough, you
Chesterton.
start to enjoy life. You know what I mean? Like that's my experience, right? And you've been through a
Maybe.
similar thing with like
Maybe,
addiction and everything else. When you fucking go run 100 fucking miles like a crazy person, you sit back the
That's-
next week
that-
and you're like,
that- hey,
hell yeah,
that's
this
suffering.
No, but
Yeah,
still, I'll
that's
give you
suffering.
that.
That's suffering. That's-
B,
you're right, you're
war
right.
is the extreme because
Suffering, yeah,
obviously you can
suffering-
solve
suffering is
problems
one
short
thing.
of
Hey,
war.
Put it this
So-
way: war's taking out children, which don't have any hope for a future once they're dead at a young age.
But I will tell you one thing.
and
though.
what? Go ahead.
So yeah, war might take out children, but those children live on in the legislation and everything else that goes. If those children hadn't have died, then why would we think war was such a bad thing? If all these people didn't die in war, then what would we be doing? If not that happening, right? Then where would we go forward? So these bad things have to happen so that we can change and be better, right? And yeah, it sucks.
Kinda.
No,
for
you're
all of
saying the
those
worst
children
thing
and all
has
of
to
that.
happen.
Kinda,
Because
but if
war-
I was
you can
playing-
solve
if
problems
I was
without war,
playing
but
God, I
war's
would
the
be getting-
worst. And so you're
I'd
saying if
be
we
getting rid of
remove
it.
the
Yeah,
worst
just
possibility,
removing that,
it still wouldn't be good for us because there's no threat of the worst, like credible
You know
threat
what
of
I'm
force.
saying? Then we're just going to get
But what
fucking
do you-
bored.
So
and then
there's no other sources
What's
of
the
evil
worst thing
besides
short of war? B,
Is
for
that
you?
what you're saying?
Yo,
No,
B,
no.
what's the worst thing short of war? Because war's the end of it.
Is it okay to murder people still?
Yo, I mean, 'cause
Yeah, that's evil too.
that's it without war.
I'm just saying, like all of these things have to coincide with one another.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
agree.
But
And
you
it
but you
sucks.
say that,
And
but
try
it-
telling that to a parent who's
in
not
degrees.
somebody,
What?
it's
Look,
impossible.
dude, you just
In
have to go.
degrees
You
of
just,
severity.
You just have to
What's-
go Yoda, and it's like if there was no good, there was no evil. You know, it's like, you know, that's how it is, dude. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
it's true.
I guess.
So let's
Straight
slow
up.
it down. Just do the math for us right quick.
But yeah, I'll do the math and say, yeah,
Let's
I think you can do away with the actual war part. You know?
Well, war on
But
a
then your
mass
worst
scale.
threat is me killing him. As opposed to the mass, you still
That's
have
still a-
evil.
that's still
But
a
we still
s-
have evil.
that's still a small war between you two. You know,
Oh,
y'all are still going at
I'm
it.
at war with mosquitoes and
So you mean
spiders.
all evil in that case? Yeah.
I'm not saying all
You know what
evil.
I'm saying?
You could be evil without actually killing.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You could be very hurtful.
absolutely.
Very
No,
hurtful.
absolutely.
Without killing.
And like
Pride being the worst one.
And I like, yeah, it's a beautiful thought to have, right? Like to get rid of, to make everything peaceful and all that stuff. But like,
I didn't say peaceful.
Well,
Well, peaceful wouldn't exist,
right?
right?
That's
To get to get rid of
I just said we're getting
war and
rid
all
of
that
war,
stuff. Like
so-
it's dope, but like the I don't know, man. Everything works in such perfect harmony together. Even in the worst of times, they create the best of times. If that makes any
The
sense.
worst of times, the best of times.
The worst of times make tough humans.
Yeah, and then then we can go back to smoking in restaurants.
Well,
and-
and no, but like,
calling stuff
but
retarded.
I love the adversity that life presents us because then we're experiencing that, and the only way to experience that is to live it.
one of my favorite things to tell people, right, is like everything. Now, I don't know. I don't necessarily believe the words everything happens for a reason, right? But I do believe that everything happens exactly how it's supposed to at all points in time. Because think about this, right? We are part of the 0.0001% of sperm that fertilized an egg, right? After our lineage made these decisions. So that means if that's the case, we are a very small percentage, an incredibly small percentage, and an anomaly that we even still exist, right? At this point on this planet.
That's because we were engineered.
Shut up. And so if you keep going back, trace that idea back, right? Trace this whole like,
You're going to be in Genesis.
dude, every single thing had to happen so precisely throughout the history of time. Every left turn by your ancestors, every right turn by your ancestors,
To get where we
every
are right now.
struggle,
Every missed
everything
appointment.
for us to be able to sit here and have this podcast and talk about getting rid of mosquitoes and spiders, because that's the most
Get rid of
important thing
war.
that was said all day.
Yeah.
If there was no mosquitoes and spiders, dude, they'd probably get rid of war.
Which means there's no randomness. That's what I believe. There's no...
Everything
Like you
has
say,
to happen
everything happens
exactly
for, if
how
you
it's
say
supposed to.
everything
Everything
happens
has to
for a
happen right
reason,
here.
think of that in the sense of physics. Like there is a reason. You may not know it. You can't detect it. That I'm looking at more empty space than I am person right now because of the nature of atomic structures. That doesn't fit in my head. I'm like, no, I see a real guy, Chad, right here.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you don't. You see more empty than real. That doesn't work. But that's not metaphysical either.
All right.
So I like the whole thing's happening for a reason. Like there's always a purpose, right? With things whenever they like there's always a lesson
But
to be
you may
learned
not
in
have
every
access. Well,
situation.
that's different, yeah.
But you never know, and it's impossible to think that like when you're going through the worst of times. But what isn't impossible is to like look back and realize all of these tiny, tiny little moments that have happened where you're supposed to not be here or this and that. If it would have just been ever so slightly different, we wouldn't be right here right now. You know what I mean? So that would lead me to the belief that everything had to happen specifically perfect, exactly when it did, exactly how it did, for me to have this mindset and have this conversation with you gentlemen, other than Kelly, right now, right?
That makes sense.
Huh?
Or the planets are organized like that. If we have this much go awry in the planets, we're done.
talking,
No,
man?
physically, that's like,
You see what I'm saying?
Did you say something?
Are you
hey,
No, it's okay. He tuned out a long time ago.
have you broken
his meds
wind
are,
again,
His
Wilbur?
meds are wearing
That's
out.
right. Exactly. My meds.
Yeah. But anyways,
right.
man. So that's what I would change. Is nothing. I mean, I don't know. Not nothing. I would kill mosquitoes and spiders.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, I would just get rid of them.
He would give himself a bigger dingus.
Nah, dude, it's already too much to carry around.
One dang is.
All right. Well,
All right.
It's interesting first episode of the
let's
podcast.
close this one up. Episode 1 is fantastic. Man.
Pun
Hey,
intended.
hey, don't press stop yet.
I'm not pressing stop.
wanna
I'm going to sing your theme song again.
Thank my guest,
Yeah.
Kelly Reverb,
Appreciate y'all. Man. That's great.
and my other guest, Chad LeMans.
Sound effects.
I deserve more sound effects than that.
Lemon.
But all right, man.
thanks
Cool,
for
man.
having us.
Thank
Good
you for
looking,
having
boy.
us on episode 1, and here we go, man.
Solid. Good looking.
Yeah, and the outro music. Yeah.
That close to sampling and sound.
We got the outro music.
I like to roll.
Yeah, I like to run, and I like to be sober. I like to do podcasts. It's called Run Sober.
I talk to people.
I talk to people about things, metaphysical, weird things, and it's pretty cool. Cause I run sober.